Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit BCSNNation.com for details. Discounts may apply.
Bowling Green made it official, introducing Eddie George as the school's 21st head football coach. After building a program at Tennessee State, the FCS Tiger won just 9 games in 3 seasons prior to George's arrival, and then won their league title last season. George insists it is not a rebuild at Bowling Green, it's a retweak. And as Mark Coons reports, the Falcons are moving forward thanks in part to their past.
A Hall of Fame career on the gridiron and a successful business career off of it, Eddie George did not need to go into coaching. But after going 24-22 at Tennessee State in 4 seasons, he's proven he can coach and admits he is surprised how much he loves it.
It's gratifying to see the kids grow and the kids get it and they have success. And that beats all of the headache of the administrative part and the hiring and the fire and all the late night call. It's that locker room when you win. It's that locker room when you see the love of the guys as they work hard and they grind together. And that's the beauty of it. It's like being a player without getting the hits. And I never thought I would enjoy it, but I'm having the time of my life, man. And it's been awesome.
You mentioned creating a profile. How does Eddie George fit your profile?
Number one on that profile was relationships. To me, it's I appreciate the Heisman. I appreciate the NFL career. I appreciate all that he's done. But if he's not a person that cares deeply about every aspect of what it takes to build a program, and when I say aspect equals people. Every person that you come into contact with is critical to the success of the program. To me, that's number one. The last on that 8-point list was football, a great football coach, because I think that if you don't have any of those things, you never really get to see what you're capable of as a football coach.
George talked about the 3 ships: ownership, leadership, relationship. And this relationship between George and Bowling Green, you can thank former Falcon head coach Urban Meyer for that. It was Meyer who suggested George to Derek Vandermeer, and it was Meyer who contacted Eddie as he was returning from Indianapolis from the NFL Combine looking for a sign for his future, and he got a text while driving through Bowling Green, Kentucky.
And I put the phone down. I was like, oh, boy. I was like, okay, what are you trying to say? Because I know that given the timing where everything is, honestly, I wasn't looking for another opportunity. It was a situation where it presented itself. You know, I asked God maybe 3 weeks ago, give me a sign of what's next.
George says he didn't build Tennessee State through the portal or NIL. He developed high school players and plans on doing the same thing at BG by building a wall around Ohio.
Putting a very aggressive recruiting plan around it, and that's me getting out in the community, reaching out to various high schools from Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, Columbus, around the surrounding counties of the state.
Building that wall will be difficult with your rival less than 30 miles away, recruiting many of these same players. But the Ohio State legend is ready for another school up north.
The goals as of right now is to win the battle of I-75, win the MAC, and then go play for a national championship.
There is no doubt this is a splash hire, but George insists this isn't about him, it's about the program.
It's about the experience that you're going to have when you get here. You're going to be raised to be a man. You're going to be held accountable at every turn. And I don't make it about, hey, here's my Heisman Trophy. I said, well, I can show you how to get there if you trust in the blueprint. And it's not going to be easy. Bowling Green will not be for everybody, and that's okay. There's a place for mediocrity, but it's not at Bowling Green.
In Bowling Green, Mark Coons, BCSN.
And there is no mediocrity when it comes to the career of Eddie George. From his days as a Buckeye, winning the Heisman Trophy in 1995, the 5th Ohio State player to do so. From there, he was selected 14th overall by the then Houston Oilers in the '96 NFL Draft. 3 years later, he and the relocated Tennessee Titans would face the greatest show on turf Rams in Super Bowl 34. Kevin Dyson famously coming up just 1 yard short. And then in 2021, George became a 22nd head coach for the Tennessee State Tigers. He led the once struggling program to an FCS playoff berth this past season. Now, let's take a look at some of the notable games on Bowling Green's 2025 schedule. The Falcons open up at home against Lafayette on August 28th. The next week, BG hits the road to take on Cincinnati out of the Big 12. And then 2 weeks later, another power conference matchup with Louisville. George gets his first taste of the Battle of I-75 on October 11th, and then the season wraps up on the road at UMass on November 25th.